What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to show you guys how to stop being lazy, disorganized pieces of shit when working on Logic Pro X. So through my experience, it is very easy to be very disorganized very quickly on Logic Pro, and there's some tools that I've learned throughout the years that help me keep a streamlined production process and keeping everything organized that I didn't know back then and I didn't care to know, and my music paid the price because of it. And there are a few benefits to staying organized. One, obviously when you're working on something, there's less of a headache of having to find where the hell that sound is, and if you want to go back to a song, it sure does help if you organized it in the first place. So I'm going to show you right now some tools and strategies I use to keep my projects organized, and hopefully you'll take a tip or two and stop being so freaking lazy. Yeah. Okay guys, let me show you how to keep your ass organized when working on Logic Pro. So for me, there are three big things that I do on every single beat that I make, every single project I work on, to make sure I'm as organized as possible. So I just pulled up this project where I did none of those three things, and as you can see, it is a shit show. I have no idea what any of these green rectangles mean. The only way for me to figure out what they are is if I go one by one and solo them and listen to them to determine what they are. Especially if I'm revisiting this beat after a long time, or if I'm importing a particular sound from this beat into a different beat. It just doesn't make sense. I'm just kind of making it harder on myself by just leaving it as is. So the first thing that I do on every single beat that I make is I title the tracks. And that seems like a no-brainer, but honestly I feel like common sense isn't all that common, and I'd be surprised if the majority of people watching this video actually did this on every single beat. So pretty much it's as easy as going through and just saying, okay, what is this? It's the kick. So I'm going to name it the kick. So I'm going to go through and do this right now, and then I'm going to skip ahead when it's all said and done. Okay guys, so I just went through one by one and titled each of these tracks. So immediately, right off the bat, it makes it so much easier to navigate through this project because I know what every one of these green rectangles represents. And the second thing that I do, which is perhaps more important than titling it, is coloring the tracks. We're a very visual species, and when I come and see this big green blob, I'm already kind of rattled. But for me to come in and to see and to color code things, for me at least, it makes every single beat that I revisit so much easier and so much more pleasant of an experience when I know exactly where everything is, not even by reading anything, but just by visually seeing the project. So I'm about to do that right now. You'll see what I'm talking about. Okay guys, so I just color coded my entire project, and this shit looks pretty. So it helps with me if I have constant colors that I use on every single project. For me, kicks are always brown, bass is always red, claps are always orange, and regular percussion is always yellow, and then some of the synths and vocals and things like that are always bluish, purplish kind of hues. You can do whatever you want, but that's what helps with me. So I went through and I color coded two things. I color coded the tracks themselves, which the shortcut is Option C to bring up this palette, and then you just pick it. The other thing that I color coded was the little sidebar, which for me is just as important. To do this, you go to right click, assign track color, and then you get to do that the same thing. So this helps me a ton, at least be able to identify, okay, these are all synth sounds or melody sounds. This is my vocals, this is my perk, this is my snare, this is my bass, this is my kick, immediately without even reading anything. It helps so much. And lastly, the third thing that I do is group my sounds. So if there are similar sounds that I want to kind of be all congregated as one thing, I group it. And to do that, all I gotta do is select them. For example, this is the only real group that I would make on this example, but all I gotta do, right click it, come down here, create track stack. So you go here, it's a summing stack, there you go, and now you can see they're all put in this group, to where all of these songs are all these sounds, since they're kind of related. I put them all bundled together, and now I'm going to go ahead and change this to the appropriate color, and there we go. So now I want it to go through and I can listen to all the melodies and synth sounds together. Yeah, guys, and that's pretty much it. And you can go back to the beginning of this video and look at what the project looked like before I did this, and now look at it now, and try to tell me that it doesn't look like it'll be a little bit easier to come back, revisit this, or to extract something from it. So these are some tricks that I do on every single song that I make to make sure that I'm as organized as possible. Let me know if I skipped anything. If you guys do any other organizational steps, go ahead and let me know. For me, though, this is solid. This is the holy grail, and you're stupid and silly and unorganized and not going anywhere if you don't organize your tracks. So if you guys like this video, hit the like button, send me a little comment, just subscribe, dude. Subscribe already. Why not? And I'll see you guys in the next video.